Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Speed here. Today, we're going to be talking about some new mid-meta type of stuff. So, Beastmaster mid has shot up in popularity like crazy. This hero is just an incredibly good mid hero, and if you really understand it, which you will after today's video, it's an incredibly good pup hero. Why? Super stable laner, farms, and scales very well. So basically, it kind of covers all the criteria for 1v9ing a game because you don't trust your teammates. So let's get into it. This is a cool example of why Beastmaster is a good mid as well, because he's against the Monkey King, right? Monkey King is a hero that naturally dominates the majority of melee heroes. Not the case for Beastmaster. Beastmaster's boars are so good against melee heroes that you are actually, in many melee-to-melee matchups, a better Monkey King. I'm kind of not kidding. Beastmaster unironically wins a lot of melee matchups if the melee hero cannot pressure the board. On top of that, go sign up to the gameleap website, guys. I'm posting new content over there almost every day, and I'll see you there. So why is Boar so broken? Why do you generally take it at level 1 against melee heroes? Against ranged heroes, I would generally recommend taking Axes. Also, another couple of things for starting, you take Beast Mode. I'll explain that in a second. Your starting items are 5 branches. Tangos, you just want stats, you're a universal hero. Quelling is okay, but generally you're trying to get bottle as fast as possible. Well, Beast Mode, all it is, your inner beast has an active. That active gives you more attack speed, and every attack applies the Wild Axes amp per stack. This is pretty OP because it's 12% damage every time you hit them. You can imagine why that's a crazy number when you're hitting with a bonus, 110 attack speed? So yeah, this hero's damage output is pretty far above and beyond the majority of Dota cast. It's just not even close. Alright, so for the laning stage, against melee heroes, you skill boars. You use them off cooldown. The reason why boars are OP is because of the fact that they do not pull creep aggro, right? You can just hit the enemy melee hero. Now, it's not like boar level 1 does some insane amount of damage. It's only 25. Boar level 2 is really where this hero amps up because you get a 50% health bonus, almost a doubling of the damage, and almost a doubling of the slow. So really, you're kind of waiting for that level 3 timing to really start dominating. And also a cool thing about the slow that you guys need to know is that it's an attack speed slow as well. It's not just a movement speed slow, right? It's just a percentage attack speed slow, which is why, I mean, boars are dummy against heroes like Monkey King. They just can't fight. You don't have attack speed or movement speed. So yeah, let's get into it. All right. Double boar, you're going to try to deny the boars. You can use them to bait, right? You can see it denies the boar here. It denies complete XP, not 50%. It is a complete denial of XP, which is why it's pretty damn broken. As he queues up the bottle, maintains equilibrium on the high ground. In terms of using Hawk, generally you don't. It's just too much mana, so don't use the Hawk. The only time you use it is to kill heroes. Basically, it dives and it roots like super temporarily. It does prioritize heroes. And so it is pretty reliable. Like if the enemy is in a creep wave and they're manning up, you should summon a Hawk, right? If you're fighting to the death, you should summon a Hawk. It will prioritize the hero. You'll always hit the hero. But yeah, at level 2, as long as you CS pretty well, you'll get your bottle very quickly. So don't worry too much about mana. It's the mid lane. You're basically going to be full mana after like 3 seconds of using your bottle. Chips out the bottle. And yeah, I mean, in terms of using the axes, guys, the main thing you need to keep in mind is here come the level 2 boars. Just don't aggro the tower too much. But yeah, basically the level 2 boars are OP. The axes amp up the damage of the boars, and the goal of the axe is just to secure a creep and hit the enemy at the same time. As long as you're getting a last hit that is contested, like for instance this one, he should throw the axes. It got denied anyway. Unlucky. So in terms of gameplay, you'll notice, guys, it's very straightforward against melee heroes. Against ranged heroes, at level 3, you actually still can take 2 points in boars because most ranged heroes cannot kill a 450 health unit. For reference, you have less than double that. Right? It's not like these things are even remotely squishy. And so you can do that because it's just, if you're decent at using them, you're hitting for 80 plus 60. What is that? 146? You can deny basically everything if the enemy isn't pulling good aggro. So yeah, you can use it to last and deny against ranged heroes, and against melee heroes, you just put it on the melee hero. Like, look at this. Oop, the boars are on you. I guess you can't approach the creep wave. The boars are on you, they don't pull creep aggro, so it's not like they're gonna randomly get low because you're being aggressive, which is generally how units or damage is balanced in Dota. The winning lane can't be overly aggressive because they will pull creep aggro. But the thing is, boars just don't have this. It's the same thing with like Eidolons from Enigma. It's why that hero is such a lane dominator. It's just that mechanic, really. But yeah, level 4, 2 points axes. You should ship out of Clarity boots. Yep, love that he ships out of Clarity. You will be able to use it. As long as the Monkey King uses his stun, you can pop a Clarity in his face, and there's nothing he can do to cancel it because, again, the boars will stop any sort of approach. After the boots, you're going to be buying a nice little mana boots. Some people buy treads. We'll see what he does in this game. Both are good, has access to secure the range creep, 21 last hits, 8 denies. I mean, it is just unbelievably easy to have good CS on this hero because you have boars to last hit and you have access to last hit, right? Oh, stacking the back camps with the boar. Damn. Did he get both? Oh, only got one of them. Let's actually see the timing mess up. Probably slightly early. These camps are a little hard to stack. You typically have to hit it at like late 55. So he hit it at 54. You want to try to wait for a bit of a late 55 because this camp, you can see he had a bit of like, he probably had like an extra 0.5 seconds on this camp. It's so niche. I don't really like how it's set up. I guess it's meant to be balanced, which is probably reasonable. I don't know. I'm sure they thought it through, and it's like, it kind of makes sense, right? So mid isn't some like stupid stack game. But you can double stack. It is possible. I think it's like an exact 55 hit and then like a late 56 hit with the boar, and it is possible. As oh, didn't cut the tree. No, that's such a grief. He gets Jingu. No. So from here on out, if you're against a range hero, you max Axis and you just spam it off cooldown. A funny little goofy thing about Axis is he summons the Hawk, which at this point does actually a very staggering 110 damage per dive and gets the kill. Yeah, I mean, nice rotation from the Bane. But against melee heroes, you max the boars. You can literally straight max them by 7. A lot of people will actually just put it at 3 points because, like, basically the laning stage will end by the time you hit level 7. So, like, you start to take Axis to farm. So it's pretty common to see, like, 3-3 ult at level 7. We'll see what he does. Maybe, I mean, it's a pretty decent game for Axis as the Monkey King getting aggressive. Oh, it just barely lives in a mana, but gets the mana boots to pop it. Almost gets hit. I actually might die to this Fatal Bonds. It's actually going to be close. Nope, the Fatal Bonds wore out. Oh no. Just look at this damage. I don't know, this hero, I mean, you just do an unbelievable amount of damage. By the way, if you're against a hero that gives wand charges, you should be buying wand before the mana boots to win the lane against, like, you know, pucks and storms and stuff like that. But against Monkey King, there's no real reason. Oh, the Marcy choked. It was a nice juke. To be fair, the Marcy choked, but you get bonus movement speed when you use Roar. It's 40%. You are zooming for 3 seconds. Plus your units do. And then if people overcommit on Beastmaster, it's just wraps because the boars will just kill them. Like, boars are that good in the early game. They are that good, right? The boars are it. And so gets an illusion rune. For his next item, basically what I'd like to see him, I do think it's worth completing the wand. You can fight quite a lot on this hero. This has to be a little bit careful with these Fatal Bonds. You can fight a lot on this hero, so I'd like to see... Okay, so he goes wand Windlace, and Windlace makes sense on this hero because you're just going to be doing a lot. What I mean by that is you're going to be stacking camps, you're going to be going to runes, you just want movement speed, right? This hero is going to be moving around a lot. It's not like some hero that might just sit mid and pressure mid tower and then back off and rinse repeat. No, you're going to be moving like a lot on this hero. So yeah, did go the 3-3-0 as I was mentioning. Summons boars, Windlace up, and you can pressure the tower. So there's a lot you can do on this hero, which is why it's actually kind of a hard hero. The lane is going well. You can do what he's doing, which is pressuring mid. He's probably going to kill this Warlock. You saw him pretty late, but whatever, gets the kill. You can pressure the mid tower. The boars kill mid towers, or you can just take these camps. The reason why mid beast is so insane is these camps are both double axeable. We didn't get to see it earlier. We'll see it later on, but you can throw your axes at both camps. We'll see that. So yeah, he takes the tower, going to contest the minute 8 rune, which the Monkey King, oh, nice sleep. Why did the Bane take the DD? What? There was no way he had to. No shot. Ah, that is such a grief. You want that full bottle for sure. And the boards are just going to work. Okay, pointless chase onto the Marcy. Shout out high immortal players not knowing their limits. And yeah, okay, so we'll see it here. Come to the camps, hit, and that we will hit both the camps. And it's just like insanely efficient. It's just insanely efficient. I actually think he's being a bit inefficient here. So the way you maximize the efficiency, so you're not like Fade Dota. This is my teammate. If I bully the Beastmaster this game, it's because it's my teammate. All right, just understand. I don't hate his guts. I don't hate random people. This is my boy. But yeah, the way you can be more efficient here is by throwing the axes, and then once this camp is in range of the second axe, just go start and hit the other camp, right? There's no reason to just auto this shit to death if you know you're going to throw the other axe, because the axes would kill it at this range. So a bit of a waste of time. He should be using the remainder of these autos on the Mud Golems or the Centaur to maximize efficiency. When these items slot in, if he's going back to base, he shouldn't use them. He should slot in the Ogre Axe regardless for damage technically, but whatever, it's probably not worth to like min-max all of these things. I mean, if he's not going back to base, he should have slotted in the Clarity. Okay, so he should have slotted in the Clarity, because now this is a tad bit of a grief. You know, if a fight happens or a rune fight happens, you want enough. Oh no, the clarity got canceled by the Fatal Bonds. Because at this point, you want to contest 10-minute rune, which he will do. This looks like probably a Marcy kill. Didn't pick it up with the bottle. I mean, some small inefficiencies here, as going for the chase on the Marcy, playing the outside of the fight, which is pretty reasonable. You don't really want to overcommit when Roar's on cooldown, as, oh, another axe is going to come up. And this hero just does some insane amount of damage, as he axes down the Warlock, and with the Arcane Rune, oh, this is definitely a kill on TV. You can't sunder the Pango roll. That should be a kill. I'll wrap this shit up. Wrap this game up. And yeah, I mean, at this point, look at this. You just insta-kill the waves. Oh, stacking with the boar. Some insane efficiency. I think he's getting both here. Get both! No! Fade! Damn. Slightly late again. What can you do? As he's actually going to pressure top tower. Okay. So, there's a lot of things you can do at this point of the game. You can do what he's doing, which is saying, I have a good game. I have Roar. Let's go open the tower. This tower is pretty high HP. As going for a Luna kill, you can definitely solo kill with this hero. Wow. And let's look at the execution. Not that it's hard. It's not that hard. But you walk in, you roar. You want to click your Inner Beast when you're on top of them. Don't click it early. A lot of people will be like, oh, I clicked my roar. I'm going to instantly click Inner Beast, and you lose duration. It is a 6-second duration. It's pretty damn long. But yeah, you want to click it when you're on them. You see what he does? It's nice. You get the damage at, and look, she has, how many stacks does she have? Can't click on her. 4 stacks? So what is that, 4 times 12 or something? I mean, it's like almost 50% damage amp, which is just insane from all sources. Like, your boars are hitting 50% harder. I mean, this hero's damage output is just bonkers. So yeah, gonna queue up the Axe, which is the standard build in terms of the Axe build up. People generally buy the Ogre Axe. If you're ignoring the game, you should buy Staff of Wizardry or a Universal Hero. All items give the same damage, and you want a bit of a mana pool if you are literally AFK farming. Maybe your lane is bad, you can just go do that. And again, this game is good, so he's like, I'm gonna go kill people. But honestly, guys, most games you can play for 100 CS at minute 12. Easily. I'm not kidding. You can easily hit these numbers. He's fighting a lot. He's 5-0-5. To be fair, a lot of the fights were brought to him. But even here, I don't really like what he's doing. I think it's not what I would recommend at this point. Like, he's getting a nice stack. He's playing a rune. But, like, ult is on cooldown. I don't think it's worth getting distracted on some Marcy go. You know, you're not going to kill this guy. At this point, I would really just be ignoring these fights and running to my farm. I think, like, even getting distracted here, it's not worth it. Your team is already dead. It's bad that he's sitting around. So this is 100% a misplay for, like, the last 30 to 40 seconds. For sure. I mean, to be fair, the Morphling's coming to clean up. So, obviously, with the Morphling coming in, now if your carry's committing... Because at this point, I mean, you're not going to take a fight with no roar. Like, this hero without roar and without, like, well-positioned boars is not strong. And this is where Beast can be hard, because, like, a lot of Dota heroes, you are just your hero. And you don't really need to pay attention to, like, do I have boars? You need to pay attention. If, like, his boars died mid to the Marcy, right? Now you shouldn't really want to fight. Axes are good. They're not that good, right? Like, obviously there are situations where you don't have boars, the enemy team is, like, 2 HP on everyone, and you should throw an axe, of course. Right? But generally, that's not how you want to think about it. You want the 2 boars. They're what makes your hero OP in the early game for the first 15-ish minutes. Even later than that, I mean, they're just a strong ability. But yeah, you can see the Morphling forcing a fight with dead heroes. Now he's kind of forcing a fight. He's probably going to die here. And it looks dead. And this, like, hard griefs the game. And it's just, to me, it's a symptom of just not letting people die. Right? You're a flash farm hero. Just let your team die. If a fight looks even remotely bad, just sell the fight and go farm 500 gold in 3 seconds, right? It's just the nature of the hero. Because the main timing is the Ags. Well, the main timing really is Ags plus level 12. It's not exactly just the Ags. The reason why is because when you get the Ags, if you don't know what it does, it gives you Drums of Slom. Drums of Slom is a really interesting ability. It does a lot of different things. So number 1, the main thing it does is damage. When you hit people and when you roar people, you get stacks. The max stacks is 20. So we'll cover it now. The max stacks is 20. When you get to 20, it beats like crazy the drum. You really want to get to 20 stacks. What gives you stacks? Helm of the Dominator hitting people. Boars hitting people. Your hero hitting people. Your roar. Primarily your roar. Your roar at level 1 will give you 10 stacks, then 15, then 20, based on the level. Right? So that is why level 12 is so important. It gets you to that 20 mark very quickly. So generally, you just roar early into the fight. As he roars up the Marcy, seems pretty reasonable. Pops the Inner Beast. Has the boars going, so the boars will get him to the 20, and now when you have 20 stacks, your drum is beating like crazy. It's dealing 80 damage per tick, and it's ticking every 0.5 seconds, so it's up to 160 DPS, which is almost triple a radiance, for reference, and it heals you. You get 20% of that as a heal, so you're obscenely tanky, And yeah, it's AoE. So this timing is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Let me tell you. They're going to take, looks like they're going to take the Torm. Does this, oh, it gets amped by Wild Axis. God, Beastmaster's such a goofy hero. I don't know. Its win rate is just not that high because it's just a little hard, but hopefully this video is making it clear, like, what you kind of want to look for. The next thing, which I even think pros are just mega griefers at, is fight around ult. Okay, this hero without ult is very hard to get value out of. It's another reason why it's just not going to be good in low MMR, because people just not listen to you, and people just fight with the ult on cooldown. You don't need people to listen to you for this hero to be good. I'm just saying, you need... Is this a kill? I mean, this guy has Sunder, so you're playing a bit of a risk here, right? I mean, Inner Beast. I mean, he should probably... Is it worth throwing the Axis that late? I don't know. I actually don't know the numbers here. Because the thing is, the Axis give you 12% damage per stack. So hits give 12, the Axis give 24% because there's 2 of them, right? So I can't imagine that you're not supposed to just throw the Axis either immediately or here, right? Probably popping the Inner Beast slightly early. I mean, whatever, it's not the end of the world. It does matter, but it's not the end of the world. You're probably supposed to throw the Axis because once you're in melee range, you'll instantly hit him with 2 stacks. And it's 24% damage amp. Like, I can't imagine that it's worth throwing at the end. So probably a misexecution. I'm almost certain, guys. So for your next item, you buy a Blink. He almost gets the chop there. But what I actually would like for him to do here is just farm. This is where I actually disagree with most Beast players. And people will disagree with me. Obviously, if you're high stacks and the fight, like, even if you don't have Roar and the fight is continuing, as long as you have hits going and bores on people, you'll keep up your 20 stacks. That's not what I mean. It's when a fight ends, you go back down to 0. Okay, he's definitely getting sundered here. Or not. Okay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good gameplay from the Terrorblade. Solitude team equals feed. Has bought back. Okay. Yeah, and so you can solo kill people anywhere. I don't know why this Monkey King hops onto him, as if he's going to actually win a 1v1 versus the 1v1 GOAT of Dota, which is Beastmaster with Axe. But yeah, at this point in the game, I'd love to see him just farm Ancients. I think, or, I mean, like, even Roche to me is risky. I think, again, this is where I just disagree with a lot of players. They're going to say, like, I'm strong, I keep killing people, let's go force another objective. To me, the rail play is just chill for a bit, wait for Roar, then do this type of thing. Because actually, if they fight here, you'll see it. I'm telling you, I haven't watched this game. I'm telling you, if they fight here, he's probably going to die. Thankfully, Roche gives stacks. This is actually one of the reasons you can kind of force Roche. It does give stacks, so he has a chance. But, like, it's difficult because you can't initiate onto someone. You're not going to stun them. The Luna kind of zoning him out. You can see it's awkward. And now, as he drops down to 10, if he can't get into the pit and build back up the stacks, it's going to be hard to fight. Thankfully, Roar's coming back up as they all in. I don't know. Morphling takes the Aegis. Okay. I mean, looks like they're going to be okay. I mean, but just risky. I mean, to me, I really hate this sequence. I hate it. Hate it. It works out. God bless. I don't know if I was missing maybe something being on cooldown. To be honest, it doesn't really seem like that was the case. They had Wukongs. They had BKB on Luna. They had Eclipse. I think they had Golem. Oh my god, is he dying? I mean, that's some Marcy action right there. What in the... Alright, you know what? I called Beastmaster the GOAT or the 1v1. That was cap. It's definitely Marcy. Wasn't even a poorly usage of sleep. I actually don't think they could save him there. Oh my god. Alright, maybe Marcy's the Beastmaster counter. Not actually, but it's probably not that bad. You can actually threaten the guy through BKB, which is pretty legit. Okay, so you buy BKB next. After BKB, you buy Shiva's or Refresher. The reason why you buy Shiva's is it amps magic damage and gives you armor, and this hero desperately needs armor, especially this game. He is against Monkey King, Terrorblade, Marcy, and Luna. So he absolutely should buy Shiva's next item. Refresher would be Mega Grief. You need the attack speed slow this game and the armor. And it just roars up, gets a free kill, working towards that level 20 in terms of talents. You take Wild Axis amp per stack. You don't take it at level 10, I believe. Actually, I'm going to go back real quick for... Does he take it at 10? No. So he doesn't take it at 10. He doesn't take it at 11. Is he taking the shit at... Oh, he's taking it at 16. Okay, so he's actually opting... Took it at 15. Okay. Yeah, I guess the 15 talents are just kind of bad, actually. Yeah, they're kind of bad. So taking it at 15, it's one of the very rare cases where you're taking a 10 talent at 15 and not 16. So yeah, you're going to buy Veil, which is such a good item on this hero. It's good stats, good armor, damage amp with the Ags. And then after that, you're buying an Ags. You're buying a Refresher. You should have the mana pool at that point in the game. Going for a little solo kill. And yeah, I mean, it's so nice just being able to pick people off cooldown. And the cool thing about Roar is it really goes down in cooldown, all the way down to 60 at level 18. So you can play super fast on this hero. Very, very low cooldown. And funny enough, at level 25, you actually get Primal Roar cooldowns. So it goes down to 30. Wild Axe's cooldown is not bad. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's correct because especially with Inner Beast, if you are throwing axes all the time, you're not auto-attacking as much. And so it kind of is like, it just like messes with the facet. So it's definitely better to take Primal Roar cooldown. It's going in here. Wow, Grip. Grip kind of makes up for the fact that it is an Aurora, right? He can really build up the stacks and kind of auto-attack. But you hit really hard. Even though you don't hit as hard because Universal Heroes got nerfed a bit in terms of their damage, it's still insanely high. Yeah, with Roar up in a couple seconds, it's good for him to kite the outside of the fight. Kind of just wait, chill, relax, look for a good opportunity. Monkey King's a decent jump here. Okay, kind of chokes out of it. You want to make sure when you jump on top of people, you're jumping directly on top of them. If you jump even like a bit of a distance away from them, you lose a lot of damage. It's very important to jump directly on top of them. Click your E, right? Click your Inner Beast, click your Q. And yeah, looks like that's going to be wraps. So level 20, I think damage is just absolutely better. Max health is cool and all, but damage is just like, considering how much attack speed you have, is just way too good, in my opinion. I can't imagine you would want health. You already have a lot of health. Like, I just think that 30 with 110 attack speed is just way too high. He took health! Okay. You know what? I had the thought, maybe health is better strictly for things like your Hawks and your Boars. I think that's probably the logic if I asked him. Yeah, that's probably the logic. It probably keeps alive the Boars which keeps your stacks going, and like the Hawk scales pretty well as well because it starts to give you a root, and your shard actually is a Hawk shard. So like late game after Refresher, you actually can buy a Hawk and you get 4 Hawks that have bonus health and are just rooting. And it's actually very real. Like, I'm not just saying that. I remember this now. So Speed Dota was lying to you guys. As per usual on the Game Loop channel, I do not tell a lot of truth. I'm actually actively trying to grief you to keep the MMR equilibrium in check. 50-50 is not a real thing. But GameLeap keeping Heralds and Herald and Guardians and Guardian is actually extremely real. And that is the conspiracy theory you should believe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!